Live stream. My name's Lauren. Welcome in. Welcome into the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm feeling good. It's been a good day. Got to the gym, got productive. And I hope you also did something productive in your day that made you feel more alive and more thankful for your body. Today's topic is a few ways that meditation changed my brain. Maybe I won't do 10, depending on how much time that I take up. And my goal with going live is for you all who are coming in the live stream to ask me questions, respond, and if something that I said in the live stream piqued your interest or you can relate to it, definitely put it down in the chat below. Let's get started. One of the first things I want to mention is the Patreon. And my Patreon, I made it available a couple weeks ago, and I already have a couple members in the Patreon. So clap for that. Thank you all who have supported me in the Patreon either years ago or you just started supporting me now. Either way, I appreciate you. And if you'd like to be a supporter of the Patreon, whether free or on our artistic side of the Patreon or on the yoga and meditation tier, either one, I totally appreciate any type of support. You can go to the link in the comments. And once you go there, you'll be directed to the Patreon. So I'll go ahead and put that link right there so you can access it. Before we get into the live stream, oh, before we get into the live stream, I just wanted to paste this link and paste. All right, that's done. All right, so I'll be looking down at my notes as well. Sorry to take that long pause. So, okay, some background information about me. If you didn't know, I'm a yoga and meditation teacher. So I first got my meditation teacher certification online during COVID times. Yeah, y'all remember those times? Ooh, rough, right? But for me, actually, the times during COVID, when it first hit, I was in my junior year of college. It was March 2020. I would never forget. Hey, how are you doing? Good. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you? Hi, Hope Burns 3615. All right. Thanks for the like. So during COVID, March 2020, I was in my junior year of undergraduate school in college. I was having a ball, it was my junior year, so it was great. And then we got the news, COVID was there. So boom, we had to go home. And for a lot of people during that time, it was a time where we were very scared of our health, scared for family members, locked inside. That's great. That's great that you're doing fine. And then a lot of other people were very lonely, isolated, deprived of touch, locked inside with a partner that you don't like, with the dogs and the kids. Thanks for your like and subscribe. So it's okay if you're late. I'm talking about during COVID, and I'm leading up to the story when I got my meditation teacher certification and what led to it. So COVID happened, and when the lockdown started, I was really I was really concerned like everybody else, but as it went on months and months, although we were getting more agitated that we were locked inside still, I was more happy because I got actually like a very well needed break from a lot of the things that were stressing me out at the time. So maybe during COVID, it was July or August. And, in that year 2020, we were still, I guess, semi lockdown. But I I became happier and happier the more that we were locked down because actually and things were closed and we were social distancing because the people who were most important to me at the time I kept in touch with. I'm introverted, so at that time I wasn't really missing much, I feel, and I was getting more time with myself, and in that I learned how to meditate. So during COVID, I learned how to meditate for stress relief because it was still very stressful. And you remember that during that time, a lot more people were getting online and doing yoga classes online and meditation classes. So I took a couple meditation classes online and saw how I could and learn more about the brain. I was learning all type of things about how stress manifests itself physically in the body, how in your brain if you speak, negative things continuously, then your brain will continue to follow a negative pattern. Just all these things I was reinforcing in my brain. So that led me to want to learn how to teach other people how to meditate. So fast forward 2021, I got my meditation teacher certification. And then later on in 2022, I got my yoga teacher certification. So those are two separate things. And I overall wanted to help people relieve their stress. But then it led to something bigger, more so wanting to help people come together, people who feel the same way, like stressed and burnt out and they can't focus and they got all these things really that they're taking care of and you're taking care of everyone but yourself. So those are the people I want to touch them because that's me too. Let me know in the comments if you feel like that's you. Thanks so much for the thumbs up so far. If you're enjoying the chat, thumbs up. And also, if you relate, let me know down in the comments what you were doing during COVID and what's something life changing maybe that happened to you during that time. So for me, that was life changing. That was a life changing thing. And so here is some things that I learned when I started doing meditation. Now, the type of meditation that I do is mostly mindfulness meditation. It consists of this. How can I put it in an analogy? Do you not think COVID was a big lie? Uh, no. That's a whole tangent. I mean, no, it's not a lie. I mean, people was getting sick, people was dying. Where it came from, we're not gonna talk about that because yeah, we can look at data and statistics, and data and statistics do lie. So it's always some lying going on in government. So yes, but no. Um, so okay, imagine this, right? You know when you're in a busy space and like a coffee shop. So imagine you're at a coffee shop with your friend and it's really loud and you and your friend, you sitting 3 feet away from each other. You can hear each other. Because it's loud, you're overhearing glimpses of conversations in the room. This other person over there is talking about how their dog ran away. This other person is talking about how they're going to a birthday party this weekend. But overall, you're zeroed in on the conversation between you and your friend because you're choosing to zero in on that conversation. So that shows that our brain can focus even when our mind is stimulated by other distractions. So when we meditate, that's exactly what we're doing. We're choosing to focus on one thing, like the conversation that you're having with someone in a loud place. I remember the last time I went to a party, it was actually not that long ago, but it was a party and it was so loud that the person next to me, the person that I went to the party with, I had to read their lips. But I could barely hear what they were saying. And so I was making other efforts to actually understand what they're saying and keep the conversation going. So even when we feel like we can't focus or there's other distractions or our brain is loud, that shows that our mind can actually have the ability to focus for a period of time. In the chat, let me know if that resonates with you. Will more people die from flu or not? I don't know. Maybe. So when I talk about meditation and mindfulness meditation, what happens during mindfulness meditation is you're training your brain to be able to focus. You focus on your breath by just feeling the inhale, the exhale, the inhale, the exhale. Then, when your mind drifts off onto thought or you get distracted, You notice that your mind has gotten distracted and you notice that there's other chatter in your brain. Then you choose to zero back in on your breath. And then, okay, then you're focused again when you find your breath. And then you're breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then the cycle continues over and over. You notice that your mind has wandered, then you have to come back to your breath, the meditation, you have to refocus. And every time you refocus, once you notice that your mind has wandered, your mind is getting stronger at paying attention to what's most important. I do meditation sessions in our Patreon. So the link is in the chat. If you need the link, if you need me to drop the link again, let me know. But I do meditation sessions, guided meditation classes on my Patreon, on our Patreon, twice a week. So if you're having trouble meditating, if you've already been meditating, maybe you've been doing it by yourself and you feel like you just need a little bit more guidance, some questions answered. During the classes, I'm always open to leaving more time at the end of the class to answer questions about improving your focus, eliminating distractions, eliminating anxiousness, etc., to help you focus better so you can think more clearly throughout the day. So, okay, let's get into the first thing. The first way that meditation has changed my brain is it made my reaction time less. Let me rephrase that. When I react to things like automatically that I would usually react to, so say something really frightening happens right in front of me, and naturally you would react in a frightening way, like jump or get scared or something. Meditation has helped my brain buffer that reaction or that negative reaction because I'm every day when I meditate practicing not being reactive and not being reactive to distractions that come up when I meditate. I think that's all I have to explain about that. Nothing else is coming to my mind, but that's something really helpful about meditation that when you when you get some information, your brain kind of automatically decides what it's going to do with that information and what category it's going to put that information in. So, depending on your current setting as well. For example, you're in a meeting with your boss and it's an important meeting. The room is all quiet and your boss is talking. And then while your boss is talking, you get a phone call and you thought you muted your phone. That's embarrassing. Immediately, we might react with an apology. Immediately, we might react with a anxiousness. So when unexpected things happen, my my meditation routine, my routine of practicing calmness and focusing, it has helped me not react to things as seriously, like not take things so serious, which is something that has helped me so much. 'Cause I think we all need to take things a little less serious. So that's the first thing. Number two thing that meditation has helped me with is my brain being less noisy throughout the day. And I actually don't think it's less noisy, it's less distractions. I really think I don't see distractions as distractions anymore. So going back to the analogy I made of you're sitting in a coffee shop, your friend, it's you and your friend, you're across the table, you talking. It's loud though in the coffee shop. Everyone else is talking, laughing, giggling. There's a birthday party going over there. They're singing happy birthday, the Stevie Wonder version. You say something. Your friend says something back. You say, huh? I can't hear you. Speak a little louder. you have the ability to zone everything out, even when it's really noisy and even when there are distractions. But when you choose to zero in on that conversation right in front of you, you're choosing to not label those things as distractions. It's just noise. It's just extra stuff in the background. So if that makes sense, my brain is less noisy now because there's not as much things that I that's not there's not as many things that I view as a distraction. Let me know if I'm making sense in the comments, and in the comments below, let me know if you have a routine that you do in the morning, whether it is moving your body, going to the gym, meditating, something that helps you be more mindful. Let me know in the comments. I love to hear when you all comment about the things that I'm saying, if it's making sense. Just and I'll also like give this a thumbs up. So that's number two. Number three, the third thing that meditation has helped me with as far as changing my brain is it helps me feel less overwhelmed by stress. Yeah, this is a heavy hitter right here. Stress, I still feel stress. Stress is a natural thing that we should feel, but then prolonged stress leads to anxiety. Then when you're unable to regulate your stress is when it becomes a problem. In this day and age, we have a lot more things like technology, like devices, and the world moves a lot faster and it only starts to move more fast. And those things, for me, I observe they can cause a lot more stress when I feel like the world is speeding up and I'm going at the same pace. That's something that I really have to regulate myself on thinking. And I really have to oftentimes make myself focus and believe that I'm not behind. So that this is still something that I'm working on. This is something still that I struggle with, is keeping my brain on task and de-stressing. But again, when you practice your mindfulness things every day, my mindfulness thing just happens to be meditation, but when you practice it every day, it's helping you get ready for when you do experience a stressful situation, how are you going to react? And we don't experience these stressful situations every single day, but it's better to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So that's basically all I'm saying. So yes, that was number three. I can focus. I mean, no, number three was I feel less overwhelmed by stress because I meditate. Number four, the way meditation has changed my brain is I can focus better. I be locked in for real. And because I feel like the world moves a lot faster and the world just keeps moving faster every single day, especially AI. I be seeing cats dancing on the AI and the babies be dancing and everybody be dancing. I could probably dance. I didn't know I could dance, but somebody out there is probably making me dance because if you on TikTok, they could use your stuff for commercial purposes anyways. So I feel like because the world moves very fast these days and it only moves more fast that it kind of like gets overwhelming. So for me, it um makes it more difficult for me to focus. In order to stay in your own lane, you have to be able to have focus. And stay in your own lane because you really cannot compare your journey to anyone else's journey or your timeline to someone else's timeline. I'm also talking to myself when I'm talking to you. So if it resonates with you, trust me, it resonates with me too. That's why I'm saying it. So this is also something that I actively struggle with is keeping my eyes in my own lane and not veering off and looking at other people's lane and seeing how other people are moving faster or feels like other people are moving at a faster pace than me. So meditation and calming my mind and focusing on myself and what I need in this moment has helped me to focus on myself. Hello, how's it going? How's it going? So yes, I think The focus piece is that's like an umbrella. The focus piece of what meditation does to your brain is an umbrella for everything else that, like the stress relief, the anxiety relief, the happiness, and the improved quality of life. Because if you can focus, then you can direct your mind. And that's super, super important. Okay. Number five. Um, Number five is, and I'm just looking at my notes. Number five is a better sleep. And I think I've never really, oh, there was a time in my life where I used to struggle to get to sleep. I used to have restless legs. My legs used to be like this while I was trying to get to, they just used to be like just kicking and just like that while I was trying to get to bed. But lately and throughout my life consistently, I haven't really had many sleeping problems, which I'm super blessed with. I'm super blessed and super thankful that that is me because that is not a lot of people's experiences. I find that that's not most people's experience, but you don't want to see me when I don't get no sleep. Mm-mm. You don't want to be my friend that day because I'm just a grouch. I'm Oscar the Grouch. You would think I live in a trash can. If I didn't get no sleep, you don't want to be around me. So that's a good thing. I think meditation has helped me even more get restful sleep. And I'll also share this with you all. I dream every single night, and I dream and I have vivid dreams. So there's some people who, and I was listening to a podcast. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this UK British podcaster, and his name is Stephen Bartlett, but he has a podcast where he brings on a lot of mindfulness experts. One of them today was talking about how some people are going to remember their dreams and others don't, but everyone dreams. And when I go to sleep, I dream a lot, and it helps me actually remember events from my day. I feel as if I get a lot more restful sleep now. And that only started to happen, well, not only started to happen, but the restful sleep definitely increased the more that I meditated, the more that I calmed my mind, and I got my mind on a routine of being more mindful. I enjoy drawing more often because you are so focused and relaxed that it's similar to meditation, I think. Yes, and I didn't see you in the Patreon this evening earlier, but we're gonna do a creative co-working session afterwards. So if you want to show some drawings, about in about 30 minutes we'll get on the creative co-working session. So, or creative corner session, I now call it. So if you want to share some of your drawings, um I was gonna say I would be honored, but that too. But I would be happy if you shared some of your drawings in the Patreon. So yes, any type of artistic, creative skill, hobby can definitely put your brain in the same states as meditation because you're locked in, you're zoned in. And that's why being creative is so important for the brain, especially as we become an adult, because adults are just kids in grown-up clothes. We like playing too, we like drawing too, and not only drawing and but drawing out of the lines and out of the box. And the more that we're an adult, life just trains us to be inside of a box. And I think it's pretty sad if we stay there. We're going to we're going to yeah, we're going to practice not staying in a box. I'm the one who drew the Marilyn Monroe portrait, remember? Oh, that was a while ago, right? Did you share in the Patreon? I actually didn't see the if you shared it within the last month, I don't think I saw it. I have to go back and I have to go back and revisit it. If it's in the it was on Instagram. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Awesome. Well, you can definitely, if you like to share it on Patreon, because that's what the Patreon creativity corner is about. So I'll be having a session in the creativity corner where we can share our art. Like if you want to share it with everyone in the Patreon as well. But I recently discovered it's your Patreon. Okay, no worries. Um, yeah, we would love to see the art. I'm gonna share some art that I drew actually when I was younger, like in high school, and some drawings. So yes, cool. Okay, I'm going to share maybe about three more things that meditation has helped me with. If you're enjoying this chat so far, thanks for hanging out with me, y'all, tonight. And if you're enjoying this chat so far, then give this chat a thumbs up. Really appreciate it to help more people find the live streams too. And also, while we're here, what do you want to see me talk about next week? Because sometimes my little brain be wanting some help with the topics because I want to know what you all are interested in see me talk about as far as mindfulness. It can be meditation focused, or it can be about, well, not anything. I was going to say anything, but mindfulness, relationships, anything. Um, and what I want to do is put a poll on the YouTube channel, which I'll probably do after this live stream. But yeah, comment and tell me what should I talk about next week on this channel on live stream. Because I go live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Number 6. Ooh, this is a good one. The next thing meditation has helped me with, and how meditation has changed my brain, is it's made me more aware of my emotions. This is a huge one and so helpful. And I remember my grandmother used to always say that I don't show that many emotions on my face. And I think when I was younger, I didn't show that many emotions on my face. You kind of can't read my emotional state at the time. And it still is right now. I think maybe I'm more emotionally expressive now, and has come with my self-growth and development throughout the years, in my, I guess you could say, not only self-awareness, but self-confidence. So the reason why I didn't show emotions on my face as much when I was younger, is because I think I wasn't like really that tapped in with my emotions in the first place. Had a difficult time showing and expressing certain emotions, especially anger. So I want to talk about that specific emotion. It's difficult. It's a complex, it's not a difficult emotion, but it's a complex emotion to show out loud, because if you're like me, black woman, w- we are the last people who are people expect or want to get angry, meaning, I mean, y'all know what it means. If you black, you know exactly what it means, but it's a really difficult emotion for us to be okay with sharing, because when a black person in general shows intense emotions about almost anything, we don't know if it's a safe enough space to show that emotion without being viewed as violent or aggressive or a threat. Because let's face it, if you live in the US, es- especially the rate at which we're at right now, we are already, just our existence to some people is a threat. And I've experienced that firsthand. This is like, I mean, just explaining this is like, okay, I don't have to explain it. Um, because it's a lived experience for most people who are black. I guess for some it's not. So I say that because anger was always a really difficult emotion for me to express amongst others, probably probably vulnerability. I don't know if that's even an emotion. What emotion would come with vulnerability? Let me know down in the chat. Either way, once I understood my emotions better, and that only came with learning myself more. But once I understood my emotions better, I could accept them more and accept myself more and maybe express them more and feel more safe. Yeah, it was really big. So I recently went to a rage room for the first time in, when was it? March. And one of my close friends suggested that we go. So if you don't know what a rage room is, it's a room where there's a bunch of glass objects. It's usually at a junkyard in an enclosed space, a safe space, and you do sign a liability waiver, evident, obviously, for this. But let me finish my explaining. There's a bunch, like a TV, there might be cameras or old junk stuff that they probably get from donations from the Salvation Army or something, but you can grab like a crowbar or a bat and just smash all of the technology in the glass, and it you rage. So like the rage is a verb. You rage. So you just smash things to get your anger out, to get your emotions out. And you know, I think maybe there's a, like, at first glance there's a stigma against black people doing that because whatever. We know why. But I was like, let me try this. Let me take a whack at it, no pun intended. And it was great. It was great. I feel like I didn't punch anything, but I smashed a lot of my like anger into the glass that I smashed. And so it's like a 20 to 30 minute to 40-minute experience depending on where you go, and they give you protective equipment to wear, goggles, whatever. So it it showed me how much I felt like throughout the years I needed to suppress my emotions and not show certain emotions. It's not good. It's not good. So yes, I would say it's super important to reflect on your emotions and be more in tune with um why you're feeling certain, or not even why. The why is really not important because there could be 1,000 reasons why, but just to acknowledge your emotions, acknowledge that they're there, accept them, say they're okay, and once you're ready, feel safe with dealing with them in whatever way you can. And I'm sure there's a safe way to deal with some emotions that we feel like we can't, get out. Your locks look longer than before. Yeah, I just washed my locks today, and it's been about probably 6 since I washed them. So usually right after I wash them, they're a little elongated, and my hair is about 80% dry. Yeah, it's about 80% dry, but usually the first day of they look a little longer. And also, they might actually be longer because my hair just grows. My hair grows like freaking Rapunzel. It might be the black Rapunzel in a couple years. I don't know. I don't know. But yep, that is. So I'm gonna share one more, and then also don't forget in the comments, let me know, what do you want to see me talk about next week? Look, I want you all's ideas in my brain because this is why I get on live stream and talk about these topics, because these are topics that I feel like you all want to hear. And then either way, there's something that I'm gonna get out of talking about it too, because most of the things that I talk about in terms of giving advice, the giving, is are things that I know because I'm also talking to myself when I'm giving the advice. The black Rapunzel, exactly. I don't know. I might be able to put my hair out the window and somebody climb it, and then it's probably won't even hurt. I don't even know at that point. People be asking me, "Is your hair heavy?" I'm like, only when I wash it. The rest of the time, it's like I be like the I was I was about to yo, I was about to going so ham on myself. You remember the old progressive commercials with the Neanderthal? Well, I was about to go in on myself. But anyways, there was one commercial where he was like shaking his his hair like that. That's funny. Why did I just think of that? Ooh, okay. So let me share one more way that meditation changed my brain. This is a really good one. Ooh, this is a really, really good one. Man, you get more patient with people. I feel like I got more patient and then I got less tolerable. So it's more patient with people and less tolerable of certain people. Oh my goodness. So this literally went in order, right? Because I talked about how I am not afraid to express certain emotions anymore. And believe it or not, I used to be an introvert. I still am considered an introvert, but I took that Myers-Briggs test a couple times throughout the past couple years, and that I is getting inching closer and closer to E. It's crazy. Because that the I means introvert, the E means extrovert. Okay, anyways, if you don't know your Myers-Briggs, you could take the test, it's free. So I'm INFJ, by the way. I'm INFJ. Anyways, so the having more, what's it called? Patience with people came with, what did it come with? I think expressing my emotions better and not being so much of a pushover because so this all connects. I had to respect my time and my space a little bit more and respect others' time and other people's spaces. So I used to be a little bit of a pushover. For example, and I still kind of struggle with this. I let people infringe on my time a lot. And I feel like every second of my time counts. And if I'm having a conversation with someone and I'm like, hey, yeah, this conversation good, I gotta go. I got this next meeting. I gotta get whatever, whatever. The boundaries became a lot more clear for me to set. I think because of that, I was able to respect people more, respect other people's time more, and they respect me more. The reason that comes also with the patience is because you have to have patience with certain personality types, because I also noticed beforehand I wasn't very I could get along with anybody. I could get along with anybody, and I think now as I've grown, I am noticing when certain people's personality types are more abrasive to my personality type, meaning I no longer feel like I get along with everybody that I meet, or I have the potential to get along with everybody that I meet. Usually, with people that I have to have patience with, I just simply is something that I don't mesh well with. And it kind of becomes more and more prominent nowadays who I don't mesh well with, and I clash with more people. That's an interesting observation that I just recently made, but that's helped me have more patience with the people who it feels like we're in such alignment with together. But because it's made me more empathetic. Also, another thing that's had made me had more patience with people is the things that I've gone through. Um, really difficult things, things I probably thought I'd never go through. And I've been humbled. I've been humbled over the past couple years because of my lived experiences. I've had a lot of experiences that put me in a position where I had no choice but to grow. Then I had no choice but to not judge anybody who's ever been through something similar, because I could put myself in more people's shoes because I've been through intense, intense things that I could never come back from emotionally. But it's definitely made me take care of myself more, though. As a man who wears an afro, it always motivates me when I see someone with locks, even though both hairstyles are not the same. I think because they are both natural hairstyles. They are both natural hairstyles, and both of them are awesome. I used to love my afro. I used to love it. But this morning when I was washing my hair, I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna take my locks out because that is too difficult. It is too difficult. My arms was hurting just spraying the spritz on my locks. I'm like, mm-mm, I couldn't imagine holding my arms here for 3 more hours, especially after I just did back and shoulders. What? Mm. Yep, I'm good with air drying my hair and not detangling nothing. Yes, empathy is important, super important. So here's another side of it though. Here's the crazy thing. Sorry, my chair squeaks a lot. Maybe I should get another chair. So I have less patience with people because I have less patience. I don't uh I don't think I close my mouth as much or keep my mouth shut as much because I don't take as much BS as I used to take from people. So for example, if somebody's really rude, that's on them. They having a bad day. They took they stank energy from whatever they went through that day and they just decided to put it on your lap. That's on them. I know that. But when some people come at me with stank energy, even knowing that, nowadays I'm a lot more quick to give them the look, talk back to them respectfully, but a little bit disrespectfully, because you gotta sprinkle a little bit disrespect on it if they come to you incorrect. Um, but I just, even though I have more patience, I have less tolerance. So it kind of evens itself out. All right. I think I'm a lot more outspoken than I used to be. The younger Lauren was not outspoken, very inspoken. That's a word I just made up. All right. So that this was a great conversation. Thank you all who joined me tonight. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the live, definitely give it a thumbs up. Again, I go live on this channel, Holistic Flow Collective, every week, every Thursday around 8 p.m. Today I was like 6 minutes late, but I still did it though. And I'm going to be back next Thursday, same time. Also, I'm about to hop onto the Patreon and make myself available for our creativity corner. If you are a creative or an artist and you make anything, which is honestly everybody, but if you make art, whether it be musical art, drawing, making jewelry, crochet, sewing, anything, then you can join my Patreon where we share our creative endeavors and also keep each other accountable for keeping up our creative endeavors. Accountability in that aspect is super important because, as we talked about earlier, we don't we don't have enough like mental capacity to keep just work, come home, sleep, wake up, work. We need our leisure activities, not only our leisure activities, but our hobbies and our creative crafts so that we can align our mind. We can align our mind with what we're passionate about. And whatever we're passionate about, it makes us feel more purposeful. And that's the real gift of life. It really isn't to make all the money that you can. Go get the money, go get the money. But the money helps. But really the mo- more than the money of our job, continuing to do day-to-day things that you're passionate about and that drive you, um, they feed your heart, they feed your soul. Money don't feed the soul. It just kind of puts food on the table. It's something that, yeah, it's cool to have. We need it, but it doesn't feed our soul. So yeah, if you need it again, I'll drop it. It meaning the link to my Patreon, and you can join me on there. So I have two tiers. Tier number one, like the first one is the creativity corner. We meet on Thursdays, which is today, and we already met for a coaching session an hour before now, and now a couple minutes, an hour after. We're going to meet for our creativity corner where we share our creative hobbies. On Tuesdays and Saturdays, no, Tuesdays and Friday mornings, I also host yoga and meditation classes on the Patreon as well. So if you like to take yoga classes instructed by me, on Tuesdays, we focus on the lower back and hips alignment and release with the yoga poses. And then on Friday mornings, we focus on shoulder and neck release. But either one is full body. So I hope to see you all next week. Again, keep commenting in the chat. I mean, on the videos, even on the replays, what you want to see from me, what do you want me to talk about, and I'll be happy to talk about it on the next week's live stream. Well, until next week, hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. Keep your rest. Keep hydrated and keep resting and keep your mind right. Keep your mind right. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Peace.